everyone! It's time for another story. This time I thought it would be fun to read a story that I really enjoy. I grew up in the country near a lot of farms. In fact, when I was in school and I looked out the window, I saw cows. And that's actually an animal that's featured in this story. The story is called Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type. And it is written by Doreen Cronin, and she is the author, which means she wrote the words of the story. The illustrator is Betsy Lewin, so that means that Betsy's the one who drew all of these super cool pictures. Let's get started. Click, clack, moo, cows that type. Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long he hears click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. At first he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type, impossible. Click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. Then he couldn't believe his eyes. Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. It was bad enough that the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted electric blankets. No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blankets. So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. Sorry. We're closed. No milk today. You actually get milk from cows, which is pretty cool, but it seems like they're not going to be giving any more milk right now. No milk today? Cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard the cows busy at work. Click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. The next day, he got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the barn door. Closed. No milk. No eggs. So if you get milk from cows, who gives you the eggs? It would be the chickens in these pictures. No eggs, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard them. Click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. Cows that type, hens on strike. Who ever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. Ooh, furious is a word that you might not have heard before. It means super angry. Farmer Brown got his own typewriter. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. Duck was a neutral party, so he brought the ultimatum to the cows. Neutral means that Duck's really not on anybody's side. He doesn't care if the farmer gets his eggs and milk, and he doesn't care if the hens and cows get their blankets, so he's neutral. An ultimatum is kind of like an or else. You better give me this or else. The cows held an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop. But none of them understood moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. Duck knocked on the door early the next morning. He handed Farmer Brown a note. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door, and we will send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. Farmer Brown decided this was a good idea, and he left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come with the typewriter. The next morning he got a note. Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click, clack, quack. Click, clack, quack. Clickety, clack, quack. Uh-oh, what do you think Farmer Brown's going to do now? Whoop! It seems he really wanted that typewriter. He gave the ducks their board. That was a fun story. Now, not a lot of us, if we live in the city, see cows and ducks and hens in our neighborhood. But sometimes you might actually see some city chickens, which is a female, a hen is a female chicken. But what animals do you see in the city? I know I've seen dogs and cats. What else have you seen? Look around, see what you can find, maybe make a list, or go on a scavenger hunt with your mom and dad. All right, we'll see you later.